Before I wrapped my first car, I thought it would be a breeze. But let me tell you, the surprises that I encountered were anything but. And today I'm super excited to give you 5 important tips to help you wrap your first car. So, tip 1, when it comes to ordering a material, I just want to go ahead and let you know my top 3, which is going to be 3M, Avery, and KPMF. It's pretty durable material. And then my personal favorite is printed wraps. So these are going to be printed on Avery or 3M, which is the more durable wraps, so they're going to last longer. These are more for like your commercial vehicles and stuff like that. I've seen people leave these on their cars for as much as like 10 years, so pretty durable stuff. If you are ordering a wrap from WePrintWraps.com, we just ask that you give us about a week to get everything situated for you when that comes to printing, laminating, and then shipping the wrap out. Shipping times may vary from 1 to 3 days depending on where you are, so just keep that in mind. Tip number 2, you got to prep your panels. A lot of you wonder why you have contamination, why your edges are peeling back. It's because you got to clay bar the car down, so that gets rid of the contamination that's embedded in your clear coat. And then before wrapping, you want to go ahead and wipe it down with 70% isopropylene alcohol. This is going to help your wrap stick to those edges and it's not laying on any dirt or debris where it can just peel back really easy. Because we know all wraps have a minor bit of shrinkage to them. You just want to make sure those edges are clean so your wrap can stick like it's supposed to. Then a lot of times you'll see wrappers on these YouTube videos wetting the floor or wetting surrounding panels before they wrap the car, and you're like, what are they doing? They're wetting the floor because the floor probably has a lot of dust on it. And these liners on the back of the wraps are pretty staticky, so when you pull them off, they like to suck up the dust underneath, and then right when you lay your wrap on the car, you got a bunch of contamination in your film. So we want to go ahead and wet those floors, wet cracks, surrounding panels, wipe everything down with alcohol so we get no contamination and our wrap sticks like it's supposed to. So tip number 3, you want to go ahead and pre-cut those pieces out, which would mean you roll the wrap out until you cut each piece out like a puzzle. This ensures that you get the most use out of the material that you're using. You're not going to have a lot of wasted scraps and stuff like that because you're cutting out each piece for each panel before you even wrap the car, so you already have a game plan. Let's say you're wrapping for the first time and you order 75 feet. Okay, if it's a sedan, you might want to have at least 60 to 65 feet for that. And then that extra 10 feet is going to be for mistakes. Also, we don't want to throw away any scrap pieces. Yeah, I'm talking about the pieces around the wheel weld, above the fender, or around the window area whenever you cut those out. Those pieces can be used for door handles, mirror caps, for gas caps, stuff like that. So you don't want to throw those pieces away, just hold on to them. All right, so tip number 4, when it comes to wrapping your vehicle, you want to avoid glue lines. We also want to prevent overstretching. That's when you take the film and you stretch it way past its limits, and then go to heat it up where it sits in the sun and it peels all the way back on you. Same thing can happen with bubbles. If you're pushing that wrap into a recessed spot and you're not post heating, or you're just exceeding the limits of the wrap, it will bubble back out of those recessed spots. So we do want to make sure that we're post heating. Post heating is going to help get out those micro scratches, and also it's just going to kill the memory of the film, so the film can't come back from the grave and make your car look ugly. So let's just avoid all of that by glassing properly, not overstretching, then making sure that we post heat. Tip number 5, and we're going to be talking about aftercare. So have you ever seen one of those vehicles where they've been ran through the car wash over and over and over again, and then they have to get their paint polished because they have all these scratches and these swirl marks and circles and stuff like that? That is 10 times worse on wraps. So we do not want to take our cars through any car washes that are gonna slap our cars with those little freaking silly screens or whatever the you call them. Also, you gotta keep in mind that an automatic car wash is a business at the end of the day. Some of them might use some of the cheaper materials, and some of those washes have some really terrible chemicals in it that is gonna break down your wrap a lot faster than it should. If we are gonna go through a car wash, let's go through the ones that are touch-free. And if you really want to take care of your wrap, then just hand wash it. Get some of those eco-friendly washes that don't really have too many chemicals in it, and treat your wrap like it's supposed to be treated. Another thing you could do is ceramic coat your wrap. Yes, you could ceramic coat your wrap. It has the same purpose as it does on a regular car paint. It's gonna protect your wrap from bug guts and stuff like that. If you leave that type of stuff on your car too long, you can get chemical burn. Also, one thing that might not be avoidable for most people is direct sunlight. But if you have a garage, you're in luck. Keeping your car out of the sun most of the time, then your wrap is probably gonna last a lot longer than someone who has it in the sun all the time. But the main thing we ask is that you don't keep the wrap on your car too long. You could tell if your wrap is faded, if your wrap is cracked, or if it has chemical burn. It's time for it to come off. I mean, why would you pay almost the same price to get it removed as you paid to get it put on? But as always, if you guys like content like this, then go ahead and give me a like, a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.